Yeah, everyone. It's audible. Let me know. Just you can type yes. Okay, great. It's great. So once again, welcome all. Thanks for the timing. It's a Sunday, but yeah, it's good to have everybody. Okay, so let's start and let me share my screen. Okay, so I think it's okay. Great. One second, I will just set the chatting. Okay. So hope everybody knows the Microsoft very well and little bit about the cloud also. Maybe not worry because it's totally fresher. It will be from very basic. I will tell you each thing and tell you how to grow your career in cloud or cloud security if you want to go, as well as we will discuss other topic also like some are interested in cyber security. Of course, my profile comes from the cybersecurity part mainly, but at the same time, we will see how this thing is actually work. I will tell you a little bit about my journey. Okay, and everybody got chance to talk, but in the later session. Okay, so let me just disable the automation and let's present. Okay, so I think everybody know the topic. Anybody have any idea about the what is cloud security is and all about? Just say yes or no. I will just see in the chat. Like one person know what is cloud is. Any other? Okay, got it. No problem. Okay. Okay. Some of no. Okay. So let me give a very small example. Everybody is using Gmail ID, correct? So in Gmail ID we have a option that we can store data online, correct? Everybody got 15 GB as a free storage. If somebody is using a corporate email ID in a Google Suite, so they will get default 30 GB as a storage. Apart from that, we can upgrade as per the subscription when we pay a little extra. Okay, like I pay 200 rupees to get 100 GB storage on cloud. That will comes into the one cloud part. Or if you have Google Pixel phone, so you will get 100 GB or more than that is storage on the cloud directly. Okay, so this is the one part where we store and update data information, your personal data, and lots of work we do parallelly. So that is what we say a cloud. Not only that thing, but we have multiple things are there that we use parallelly. So very simplified manner, if you say everybody I think don't have the laptop, or maybe you are seeing this meeting through mobile application, correct? Same, let's suppose if you have increased the RAM or you require lots of good processor to run. I think not everybody have very good powerful system to learn hacking or to do coding part also, correct? So we require more storage in the upcoming days to store movies, to store your data, or if you are doing a school or college, so you have to set up lots of projects. So all these things we can also use on cloud platform also, and it is unlimited. There is a no restriction is there. Okay. So generally you can say if you require some computing resources, computing means like RAM, CPU, storage, and any other technology we can also integrate like artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, web technologies we can do. I will discuss that thing also in detail, but very simplified manner. If you require more storage, more processor or RAM, we can take from cloud. Okay. So one of the product that is provided by Microsoft is Azure. Okay. Apart from that, if you go with Amazon, we have AWS is there. If you go with Google, so we have GCP, that is Google Cloud Computing available. And if we go for private cloud, we have Red Hat, Digital Ocean. These are the companies also provide cloud services. Okay, we'll discuss later in the upcoming part that how this thing is actually work. But very simplify, it's a storage that we use to work or do online stuff. Okay, everything is that required. Maybe you are using Dropbox. I think lots of people use Mega to download lots of recordings, courses, correct? Or we can share files. So this is all a product of cloud resources. Okay, so I think till here everything is clear, correct? So let's move. That is a basic content that we will discuss in the next 1 hour regarding what is cloud computing is, what is the history is there, okay, why we require, what are the basic functionalities, benefit is there, and what are the different technologies is used in cloud. Okay, and then we go with virtualization. I think if somebody is already learning hacking or cybersecurity, they know what is virtualization is. But again, I will explain from very basics. Okay, little bit about my background. So I think maybe somebody is little bit interested. So like currently, I am working as a security consultant at ASM Technology, and I am also DevOps chapter lead in Azure Microsoft. Then lots of other things I do. Correct, like other training part I will provide, lots of things is there. Certification I have. So maybe if you want to know more, you can just follow. I will discuss more things in Instagram. Okay, so let's move. This is a little bit history about Azure background and cloud background, we can say. So around 1972, when IBM, which are big companies who's building lots of big computer systems, they are the first persons who are giving lots of hardware resources. Later it is come into around 2000 when Amazon cloud was introduced first in the market. Later in 2008 Microsoft announced their Azure cloud services, and in 2012 Google and Oracle provide the services started. Okay, so this is the some companies who provide cloud services. But later, if you go more into the market, we have some private companies also providing cloud services like DigitalOcean, Rackspace is there, Akamai is there. Okay, and more in India also. So what actually cloud means? If you go with a basic definition, correct. So it's a cluster. Now, what is a cluster? You can say a group of hardware resources. You can call as a cluster. Okay, in different technology, the cluster have different meanings are available. Okay, it's a supercomputer, we can say, because if you required 1 GB RAM, you can get it. If you required 1 TB of RAM, you can also get it. Okay, if you required 1000 GB of storage, you can get it. Or if you go for more in petabyte or exabyte storage, also you can get it on cloud. Only the thing is that we have to pay for a specific time period, and we will get all the services. Okay. So not all this you can say as a compromise. It's you can say in a very basic definition. It's a lots of storage and compute cycles. Compute cycle means like we can do lots of processing. If anybody is working in little bit in programming part, or they do some small programming in C, C++ or Python, so they know when we run the program, it can be run through compiler or maybe interpreter. Correct. So that processing is what we call in a compute, that lots of resources is required in that part. Okay. Uh, so I got one question that there is no free cloud service that will provide you 100% free resources. There will be limited storage that you can take, maybe 100 GB. I think some of the companies are providing. Mega will provide 15 GB of storage. 203 is also there who can provide up to 100 GB as a free. After that, if you go for monthly subscription, so they can provide 1 TB of storage also. Okay, so that you can, I will showcase you later that which are the companies they can provide also. So then comes to the cloud computing part. Also, you can say as a data center. Okay, like where this thing is actually stored, that is the first question comes. And in the data center, we have nodes, switches, network topologies, storage. Like these are the theoretical parts. So later you can go through. I will share the PPT also. So let me showcase you in the new tab, and there I will showcase you what is data center is. Okay, so this is the actual buildings where we can store lots of servers. This is called the server rack, and each server rack we have multiple servers. We can take example of this as a power. So this is a data center we use. in the big companies, and it is a very big building. It's not a, one small room there you can get one servers. Okay, so each server have a person data or maybe a company's information is stored, and through that we can access a huge amount of services and that. Okay, so if you search for Google data center or you can go for Microsoft, you will get multiple, so this is something building look like about Google data center. Okay, so it's not a one building. We have multiple location there. You will get buildings like this. Or if you go for Azure data center, so we have more than 50 plus data center all over the world. Okay, and even under ocean also, Microsoft is using data center. So this is a one building you can see. It's a very you can take example of two, three football ground. You can combine, and then this is a full big machine because we require lots of power, we require lots of backup, we require electricity, we require cooling plant because these servers are running 24 into 7 into 365 days without any downtime. Okay, so it's require lots of energy to run this kind of big buildings. Okay, you will get lots of infrastructure like this. So this is the main buildings where the storage is there. This is the pipe cooling plant is there that we use to work on it. Okay, and the temperature if you ask in the data center is under 10 minus 10 degree or maybe lower than that. So very few people can go in the data center to run. So this is one more from North Europe. Let me open this thing in new tab. There you can see. Okay, so you can see it's a very big ground is there. Main campus more is in a building, so you can get an idea. So this is the main building where the storage are available. Okay, and this is the power generator. So it will supply resources there. You will get all this thing thing. This is how it maintain. It have different architecture. If anybody go more into the data center part, they will know a little bit more about it. But as a basic, this is the one example you can take. Okay, and in the inside the this is one more we have Microsoft. Okay, and if you go, Microsoft is the first company who actually created data center under the ocean also. So if you just search for underwater, you will get some like this. This is the plant they are running. So underwater, what actually happens? They don't require lots of energy. By default, under ocean, the water will maintain the temperature, and we can run you know services and servers very easily. So it will not take that much energy because we have to be go with the we are facing global warming also at the same time. So this will use and help greenhouse effect area. Okay, so this is some examples. You can see how they are cleaning, and after that they will again put in under the ocean. So maintenance is also required because we have aquatic life. They can make damage, and this is built through not only the iron. We have some alloys mix. Then only it can be survive. Else with the corrosive, it can be damaged. So this is a little bit inside. You can see. So like 9 or 12 racks they will maintain, and over that they will set up the wires. So that's how this thing is actually mentioned, and this is underwater image you can see. Okay, so this is how actually work in that part. Okay, so till here I think all good. Everybody, you got a little idea. If you go with the data center zone map, so we have 50 plus data center of only Azure. You can take any one image like this. So after AWS, Azure have the lots of resources all, and even you can see all the data center is near to the ocean or maybe into the island area because these are the areas where the temperature is low. We cannot build in this area. This is equatorial, so here the heat is very high. Okay, so sunlight will come more, and we cannot maintain the temperature. That's why all the these data centers are built near to ocean so that we can continuously supply power electricity that will be generated through ocean waves. Okay. And in India also we have the location West India and South India, and that is the one we have. Okay. Sir, but I listen that AWS have 30% share in the cloud. No, no, that sharing is a different part because sometimes it can increase or decrease as per the market. So if you say the market leaders in a cloud is AWS and Azure, only two is there. Then later, if you go, we have Google Cloud. So every services they have different unique perspective. So even we cannot say that AWS is providing all the services, same with the Azure and same with the Google Cloud also. But they are increasing their reach. So 30-40% sometimes ups and down. It depends on the quarterly basis that how they are doing a business in the market. Okay. So if you talk about live TV, ESPN, sports, this other thing is handled by Azure Microsoft. If you go with the cloud part in Netflix, so all the backups and data is done on the AWS cloud. So different companies are using lots of cloud resources. That is matter. Okay. Can we make ourselves? Yes, even we can also make a data center, but it requires lots of money actually, not in crores. We require thousands and thousand crores because it's a very big ground, and we required a very good land because we have to take permission from the government, and it is not a 1 year plan. It will take 5 to 10 years to build a one data center, and we have to run next 20 or 30 years. That is the life cycle of data center. Okay. So it will require lots of money actually. If you go for a small like a home, so you can create a data center at your home also, but that is not called as a data center. It will call as a server room or server rack that you can use it for yourself, or as a personal or private cloud you can use it. So in India also we have lots of private companies. They are using private clouds. If you go for Reliance, they are using their own cloud. If you go for Tata, so they are providing services. But for government, they using the local data center services because we cannot share government data on some public cloud platform directly. So generally the government use private data services in cloud part. Okay. So you can also make, but it requires lots of money actually at the end. So that is the thing. Okay. So let's move to our slide. Okay. So this is a definition. Later you can go through. If any kind of question comes, so I am available. You can just reach me. We will solve the queries. Okay. I will share the PPT. So don't worry. So this is some I have added already one image. You can see. So like, these are the cooling plant. This is some server racks. This is the storage part, and this is a support team who is in actually maintaining and checking the things. Okay. Now comes to the little architecture idea. Now we will go in little bit in technical. So any kind of questions comes, please ask because it's totally you need to learn this thing. That is why I have taken this session. Okay, for me I already know. So any question comes, feel free to ask. Any kind of term, technical things if you don't know, do ask. Okay. So this is a basic architecture. If you go with the cloud part. Okay. So here you can see multi-core architecture, that is 64-bit processor. So if nowadays the laptops which we are using, it's a 64-bit architecture. That means in 1 minute, or in one, not in 1 minute, in 1 second we can process 64 process at a same time. That's how this architecture is work. In a very simplified manner, if I tell. Over that we have virtualization. So if you are working in security or hacking part, and if you know Kali machine or hacking machine or Linux machine, so we run that thing over the virtualization softwares. That is also we call as hypervisors. And example, you can take Oracle VirtualBox, VMware Workstation, KVM is there in Linux, we can use it. Okay, Hyper-V we have in Windows laptops. Okay, so that are the hypervisor tools that we use to run multiple operating system, and over that we are running multiple different services. Now for a single laptop it is very limited, but The same thing we increase and share to multiple people. So we have web services. Web services means website, mobile application we are hosting. Okay, if somebody required cloud storage, so that we can also provide. That's how this thing is actually work. So let's suppose if your friend don't have a very good laptop and you have a laptop with configuration about 64 GB RAM, 2 TB of storage, okay, and very good processor. Maybe we can take i7 or i9 processor with latest 12th or 13th generation. So it's a very good laptop. It will around comes more than 2 lakh rupees in Indian. Okay, so if you want to share your laptop resource to your friend, so how you can share? Okay, you are running a two Kali machine. Okay, and you want to share your laptop resource to your friend remotely. So how we can do? Maybe we can take TeamViewer access, AnyDex or Zoom application and give the remote access to your friend so that your friend can work and later he can shut down it. That's how this thing is actually work in a mutual understanding. So that is also one concept called as a cloud. You have the resource, you are just sharing to your friend, and for a small time period you can maybe ask money or maybe not, it's up to you. Okay, so that's how the cloud service also work. But now the scale we increase in a very large, so that will become as a company and we are sharing the same resources in a very large scale. Okay, so that's how this thing is actually work. So we have two type of option, like the characteristic you can see on demand self service. So whenever you require any cloud service, you can just go sign up and you will get the access. You just have to pay small money, whatever the resources you are using. Okay. Heterogeneous access, that means actually you can access from your personal laptop, your mobile, you can access through web application, you can also access from command line. There is no restriction is there of your own resources. Okay, I will showcase you how this thing actually works practically. Resource pooling is a technical term. Actually, what we do, we have multiple location where companies is actually working, and if you want to give the access of some server or resources, so we can give through internet access or we can also give through private connections like VPN connection. Okay, resource pooling, we can use, and as per the demand we can increase or decrease the resource part. Like now we required 100 GB of storage. In future, maybe we required 1000 GB of storage. So we can increase. Or after some time, the work is done, so we can reduce or we can just delete the resource. Okay, that's how this thing works. The same thing is called measure services. Okay, so this is the features in a overview. You can say accessibility, on demand, pay as you go is a feature we have. Like how much you will access the resource, you have to pay that much only. Okay, after that you don't have to pay any extra money. Okay, so that's how the cloud services are actually work on Azure as well as in other cloud also. Okay, benefit of cloud, I think these are the some benefits. You will get faster backup. You don't have to be worried about your personal data. Right now we are using a personal system, so that is not an issue. But let's suppose if some kind of ransomware attack is happen in your system, or somebody have taken your remote access and doing some data backup or corrupting your data through virus or maybe some other malware. So if you don't have any kind of backup, that means your data will be lost. We can do some recovery of data. Some tools are available for recovery, but it will not recover 100% accurate data. Sometimes some important files, let's suppose somebody is working on you know video editing, or somebody is working on some application to design, or somebody is working on some game designing part, so they are creating 3D models. So it is little bit difficult to recover that files. Normally files like PDF, images are there, GIF, some documents, it will be easily we can recover. We have lots of free tools is also available. Okay, but coming to the some application based tool, to like Adobe, Photoshop, we have Lightroom is there. Okay, so that file we cannot recover properly. Even if we recover, it cannot be run properly. So that is the one issue comes in the local system backup. Okay, so that thing is already available in cloud. We can just replicate or clone, and we have the backup is available. IT cost is reduced. This thing is actually coming to the maintenance part. Right now we are using single laptop, single system, so it's easy to use and maintain. But think as a company perspective, they are using lots of resources, lots of IT equipments are there. So how they can maintain that thing? Some after 1 or 2 year, what happened? The process will got slow, so we require a new laptop, new things. But in cloud, what actually happened? Within a minute, we can just increase the RAM, we can increase the processor, or we can change the whole operating system also. That's the flexibility we got in cloud. I will showcase how this thing work in practical part. Okay. Scalability, business continuity is a part of business perspective. Let's suppose now we require only two systems or virtual machines. Later in future, we require 10 machines, so we can scale it as per the requirement. Okay, so whatever the scale part we do, we have to just pay that much money only, not more than that. Okay, so that's how the features of the benefit we got from cloud. Now, if it comes with the types of deployment and that thing, so yeah, so based on the deployment, we have three types is available: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. Okay. So public means everybody can access from anywhere. Okay. Yeah. This is a practical I will also showcase in the part. So don't worry about it. Like it's not only theory part, it will be practical also. Okay. So based on deployment, if you go for it, so private cloud is mainly used by the companies. Okay. If they don't want to share their data on public cloud. Generally, you can take example of banking companies like ICICI, SBI, okay, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, and other banks. So they don't use their personal data or the public information on public cloud. They are using private clouds and using. So that is an example of private cloud. Even the government data is also stored in the private cloud services. Public cloud, like we are using some web applications remotely if you want to go. So that is comes into the public cloud. Okay, now hybrid is a combination of both the things. Let's suppose some of the data we want to store, but some of the information we want to showcase on public, or we want to host our website or application on public cloud. So that thing is a combination of both the things. Okay, so that is called the deployment base. Now, if comes to the service part, okay, so services in three types: infrastructure, platform, and software as a service. Okay, how this thing is differentiate? I can showcase you here. Infrastructure and this thing. So on premise we have that is called the private cloud, where we are not sharing any information or any data on public cloud platform. Only internal company is using this thing on your personal information. So that is what we call as a private cloud. And on off premise is the part of public cloud. So we can take example if anybody using Canva for designing post or editing part, or if you are using some applications like Google Office is there. So there we have you know docs files are available, forms are available. So that is a part of public cloud access, where we just accessing the application and doing all the works. So that is a part of public cloud. In that, the specific service is called the software as a service. We only require the software. Okay, so that is a part we call as public cloud. Okay. Private cloud is mainly into the internal organization. We don't share any data. We don't, work on it. So all things can be accessed through internet. That's not a problem. Is there? Okay. So this is how the things look like on a service base. Software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. We have in that area. Now you can see here. This is all part of data center. So we require networking. We require storage. We require servers, virtualization, operating system, and then we have some runtime middleware, data, and application. So let's suppose if you are working on private cloud, or you have your own data center, so you have the full control. Everything will be your control because you know how to set up networking, you know which kind of operating system we need to set up, what kind of processors are there. You can set, you will be the boss. But when it comes to the cloud platform, So what actually happen here? We get, I think this is good. Okay. So in that, what actually happen? The networking, storage, and server. This is a part of cloud service provider. Let's suppose Microsoft is controlling this red color part. All the red color part is controlled by the cloud providers, or you can say directly by the Azure. Only this black color area is controlled by us if we are using infrastructure as a service. Okay, so infrastructure as a service means you have the control on the operating system. What kind of operating system you want to run on cloud? If you require Kali machine you want to run, you can run on cloud also. Okay, so you don't require a local system with good hardware required. Even 8 GB, even 4 GB RAM laptop if you have, you can run Kali machine on cloud and you can do practical. Okay. Let's suppose if you are working on try hack my platform or hack the box platform. So there what actually happen? All the machines which is running, that is running on cloud. That is a part we call as a infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service is used by the developers. Okay, like we required Visual Studio, we required some you know uh, JavaScript related engines like Node.js. So we required npm is there. Okay, or any other application if you want to build. So there you can develop the portal. The interpreter is required. In that case, you are not searching that which operating system should I use to run the application. Okay, because application when we build, it will be supported to every systems. That is a main part. So no specific requirement is needed in that case area. Okay, so that is the part we have. And software, we don't have any control. All the control is handled by the cloud providers. Okay, we just access the application, do drag and drop, save the things, and then log out. So that's a example you can take. Canva is a one example of software as a service. Okay. So let's move. Now comes to the virtualization technology. I think somebody already know. So you can just type yes or no. I can see how many you know. Okay, one person knows. What about the others? Yeah. Okay. We got the idea. Study this. Study this. Okay. No problem. I got the information. So let me explain again this thing, what actually virtualization technology is. Okay. So virtualization means, let's suppose if somebody have very good system. I will give you my example. So you can type here DXDI, that is direct diagnostics. If you open in your window laptop, so here you can see my laptop configuration. That is window 11 I'm using. That is part. And here you can see I have 24 GB of RAM is available, and 4 GB of graphics is there, and 8 GB of graphic of Intel is available with this processor. So it's a high-end laptop, so that I can do multiple tasks at the same time. But right now, I am not using the 100% utilization of my own laptop. How? You can go to your task manager, and there you can see. If you click on the performance there, so if you go with the CPU, I am using around 50 or 60% utilization, because right now it is the screen sharing or live streaming is going on. So that's why it is using around 60 to 80% of any utilization, because lots of processing is going on. Correct. But at the same time, if you see the RAM utilization, it's only around 40%. You can say out of 24 GB RAM, I'm just using 11 part. You can see here almost half RAM only I'm using. And if you go to storage, so I have SSD is also available and hard drive is also there. So only 1% of SSD utilization is going on, and 0% of hard drive, because nothing I'm running from my local system. Okay, so that's how this resources is utilized on a laptop. But this is not the 100% laptop. So if I'm buying a very high end gaming laptop or performance laptop, and we are just used for the watching movies or streaming internet or YouTube, so that is not a perfect use of hardware. So this thing is uh, helped by the virtualization technology. So if I run some application or virtual environment, then virtualization help in that case. So what actually happens? This is how this thing is actually work. We have two types are available. Let me hide this thing also. Yeah. So now you can get. This is also will hide. Yeah. So here you can see the types. Type 1 and type 2. So right now, if you are using some operating system on VirtualBox or VMware, so that is a part of type 2, where we have a hardware. Hardware means your laptop or maybe your computer system. Over that, you are using one operating system that we call as host operating system. So generally, I think everybody have the Windows laptop. Windows 10 or 11 will be there. If somebody is using Mac, so maybe you have old processor or maybe M1 or M2 chip. So there also we have virtualization is available that we can use. And over that we are using some virtualization software that is we call as hypervisor. So hypervisor will be like VMware workstation is there, VMware player is there, or you can go with open source VirtualBox from Oracle that you can use. Or if you are using a Linux machine, so we have KVM or QEMU is there that will help you to run operating system over the Linux environment. And over that, we are running some operating systems like I can showcase you my Oracle VirtualBox. This is how it look like. Okay, so I'm using multiple operating systems like Windows Server is there, Firewall is there, Ubuntu system is there, Kali machine is there, Windows 7, 10 operating system is there, and some Linux machine is also there. Okay, so this is the hypervisor, VirtualBox manager. And over that I'm install some operating system and I'm using as per the resource. So actually it is using the hardware resource but in a virtual environment. So what actually happen, it will not affect your main operating system. Okay, so yeah, I will provide the PPT, don't worry about that part. Okay, so this is the virtual box. I also have VMware also. Yeah, here you can see. So I think maybe I installed some operating system, I don't know. There you can see. So here we have a Debian is there, Metasploitable is there, Kali machine, and again one firewall is available. Okay, so this is a VMware product. It's a licensed product. It's not come as a free. It will just give the 60 days trial period. While VirtualBox is open source, it is free. Okay, so it's up to you whichever platform you want to use. That's not an issue. So this is a part of type 2. But in companies, in organization, we use type 1 as a dedicated. You can take example of Hyper-V of enterprise. You can take example of VMware EXI. We use in companies to run multiple operating system as a virtual and give access to employees. They can work remotely or work from home also. Okay, so that's how this thing help us. So with the help of virtualization, we can utilize our hardware resources more better, more effective way. That's the technology we have. And this is a one technology which is used on cloud also in the background. Correct. That's why we call as virtual machines or EC2 we have instances in AWS. Okay. So till here, any kind of question, query, anybody have, let me know. We got some like yeah, setup like Divyans, yeah. So setup of own server you want to ask? Let me know like which kind of server? Like local server for testing or anything you are asking? Okay, okay, yeah, that's a good information. Any other question anybody have till here? Let me know. Or virtualization, okay, got it. Cloud service we have covered. Yeah, it can any operating system you can run. Linux, Ubuntu, Mac, Unix is there. Even IoT operating system like Raspberry and Pi. Lots of things we can use and run on cloud part. Okay. Then we got like what will happen if we run Kali machine in 2 GB RAM? Yeah, it will run properly, Aditya. That's not a issue is there. But If you increase some like brute force attack or DDoS attack, or if you are doing some exploit which is require more resources, so at that time little bit lag, or it will not run properly, because there we require lots of CPU utilization. Okay, normal tasks you can do, normal hacking you can do, but if you go for some advanced task, there we require lots of processing power. So it will got little bit hang. If you are doing some recon or dictionary attack, so there it will little bit lag depending on the how much time it will take to crack the password or that thing. Okay, Sankar, yeah. So we don't have to secure cloud actually, Sankar. It's already secure. That's the one thing. We do the auditing part. We have cloud pen testing concept is available, but that we cannot do 100%. We do very limited access. I will tell that thing also. Yeah. Okay. Any other question till here? All good. So we can proceed further in the more technical part of cloud, I think. Yeah. In the upcoming week, I will take hacking classes also. So we'll start, because you will get lots of other courses on cloud, but nobody is taking the cloud or cloud security. That's why I started with cloud first, that you can get a one new career opportunities also. Everybody doing hacking, and lots of question I also got from Instagram DM, that how to hack this thing, how to hack this thing. But understand, we have a very large scope. So I want to give a lot more perspective in other part. So cloud security is also one good career job, you can get it. IoT security is there. We have Web3 security, blockchain securities are there. So not limited to only core hacking, but of course I will take in the upcoming week hacking classes also, the basic, so that you can get a initially start. Okay. Any other question? I don't go, because we don't get 100% result. Uh, I think in what kind of part? Setup lab for Metasploit on cloud. Yes, because we can also set up the cloud lab also. That's not an issue. I will give some resources that how to set up. Not only Metasploitable, you can also set up your WordPress CMS application, and then you can try to hack it on a cloud. This is in a part of you can learn this thing new, because what actually happened, if you don't know how to set up the things, you cannot able to crack what are the different vulnerabilities we can get it. Simply what happened, you will get an application, you will get some website, you can start hacking. But if you want to learn more in depth, so you need to know how this thing is set up. You need to think as a IT admin or as a server administration perspective also. If you want to go for application hacking, so you need to think about how developer have built this application. So you will get a chance to decode in a background also. Okay, so that's the thing is there. Yeah, Metasploit is also work properly. But in companies, we have paid Metasploit versions are available. What in Kali machine we have, it's only the community version. Okay, any other question till here about the cloud part? No, I'm not going more into the security today. Maybe next week we will take, then we will discuss more into the security part. But any doubt till here? All good? Just give me yes or no answer. Yeah, I think no question query here till. Okay, so let's move to next part. Okay. Yeah, I am providing 100%. There will be no half knowledge will be there. Okay. So this course content that I am giving you, this is for the AZ-900 fundamental part. Okay, that after completing the training, or you can just walk through, so you can able to give the exam of AZ-900 certificate, that is available to initially start your career in Azure cloud path. Then later you can go for AZ-104, and then 500. I will give the career path also to get cloud security or Azure cloud security expert in that area. Okay, so let's move in this part. Now let's jump into the more into the Azure environment, Azure world. The previous slides that I have explained, it is all about the general overview that others cloud, we can take example as a combined. Now we are moving into core into the Azure environment, Azure cloud and services. Okay, so lots of differences are available in AWS and Azure. So with the services, I will explain what are the name. In a very basic, if I say concept technologies are same. Okay, how the thing is work is same. Only the service name is different, and how to use, how to access the portal is different. Okay, you can take example of we have Gmail ID is available, correct? Apart from that, we can use Outlook mail ID or Red. We have others mail ID. Or if you are using some company mail ID, so that is a differences you can get it. Things are same, but the overview and the platform is little bit different. Okay, so that thing in a very simplified manner I can say as of now. So if you expertise in one cloud, you can easily migrate to other cloud easily. Okay, so that's the thing is there. So this week I'm covering the Azure environment, Azure part. And the next week I will take AWS cloud also. Okay, so lots of thing is coming in the upcoming month. So just connected and be active. So yeah, let's just start. Any other question? Both are nice, yeah, that is good. So this is the certification path you can see for AZ-900 Fundamental. So if you want to start your career, it's also available free. If you are a college student, you can enroll and you can give the exam at free of cost. Okay, you just have to go to the Microsoft website. There you can register your path and you will get the certification at free of cost. As a college ID you can showcase or a school ID you can showcase. Okay, that is the first thing. Now, what are the course content is there? So this is the four modules that comes into the platform: cloud concept, basic core Azure services, security and compliance services, and pricing part. So after completing, you can give the exam. It will be MCQ type question. I will also added some MCQ in the slide also. So that we will cover in the upcoming time. And let me showcase you here. So if you just type AZ-900, you will get all the study material on the official site of Microsoft. Okay. So if you click here, here you can get all the list. Uh, this is a basic starter. Like to enter into the cloud career path, you can just take and from here, this is in USD. We can take in INR also. So this is a price for working professional, but it's available free if you do some online event of Microsoft. So that we need to schedule. I will share the link into WhatsApp group. So from there you can just go and register and attend the event of Microsoft that is official. They will explain. It will be a 2 or 4 hour of session will be there. 2 hour of two sessions. After completing that, they will provide you this certificate voucher as a free in your account. Then you can enroll and give the exam at free of cost. Okay, and this is the course content that we cover: fundamental of cloud concept, architecture, then little overview about the database, governance, and security. So the all things we are covering today in the PPT also. Okay, not in more in depth, but initial overview of each thing, so that you will get a little idea. Okay, so let's start that thing from here. Okay, so that is a path we have. So if anybody interested want to learn and go, it's a very bright future we have, of course. So let's move. And these are the different certification path results available. If anybody already have done 900 or 104, so you can go. Now here, if you go, you can get the security path here. You can just apply for AZ-900, and after that, you can go with security engineer certificate also, that is 500. But I will not recommend directly jump to AZ-500. After completing AZ-900, you can go with the AZ-104, that is the administration certificate, and after that you can go with security, so that you will learn lots of new things and understand Azure more better. If you directly jump to the security, it will got little bit difficulty to perform testing, to perform work on the cloud platform. Okay, but sometimes when a people is already working in jobs, so they will directly also do AZ-500 also if you have 1 or 2 year of a working experience. But I will recommend that go with the 900, 104, that is administrative, and then go for this part, that is 500. Also, apart from that, we also have one more. If you want to go directly into the security, so that is called, we have SC 900. Fundamental is more into the administration part, but if you go with SC 900, so that is a security and compliance is available. So this thing you can do. It is also fundamental part. Okay, after that you can go for SC 100 or 300 also. That is a expert level certificate. Okay, so this is a compliance identity fundamental one, but little costly compared with the Azure fundamentals. So it cover all the security related services, how in cloud Azure security works, how Active Directory is actually working. That are the course content part. So it's a blog content. You will not get the practical, but in few area you will get sandbox to explore and do little small practicals. Okay, so that's the thing. And how to access cloud? So you can just create Azure free account. Okay, so today we will see how Azure work. Next week we will cover the AWS cloud. Okay, so here you will get a free account access of 1 year, and in that you will get 55 plus services that you can use totally free, but at a certain level. After the limit, you will charge for each services. So there you can read it properly before working. Like if you want to run some virtual machine, you can run it, but only B1 series only. That is, only we will get 1 GB RAM of access. If you go 2 GB RAM of access, then you need to pay extra money. Same thing with the other part. Like it's a limited access, but it is enough to initially start and understand and learn the things. Okay, so you can just read it all the services here, and you can learn. Not only in the security part, you can also go into the administration. You can also go into the DevOps career path. You can also go into the developer career path also. If anybody interested in data science, you can go. If anybody is interested in machine learning or AI technologies, they can also learn it. So we have different career paths are available here. You can get it. Okay, like network engineer, we can have solution architect, we can have DevOps engineer is available. Okay, and more like Cosmo DB database, data scientist or data engineer. So lots of different areas are available. It's up to your choice in which area you want to go. But basic start is all the 900 certifications are the fundamentals. So it will give the core path and understand the cloud services more better in Azure path. Then you can move further. Okay. Uh, till here, any question regarding the certificate and part? Anybody have? Nobody? Any question? Yeah, I will accept later on the social media, so don't worry about that thing. Okay, so I think till here everybody is good to go. So let's move now. How to access account, subscription, resource group, and resources. So Azure is a main account when you log in and get it. So I think I have logged in. Let me log into my account. Yeah. So after creating your account, you can use your Gmail ID to create. You can just click on try Azure for free and then you can register and you will get the access. So right now I already have the account, so I will just click on sign in and it will redirect to the Azure portal. Okay. Okay, so this is how the dashboard is look like when first time open the platform. Okay. Yeah, some of the if you want to learn some of the advanced services, so it will ask money. Mainly in the security services, it will ask money. That is a little issue. It's not only in the Azure, but in each. cloud services is there. But if you learn and understand, you can apply for job. That's not an issue is there. If you know the knowledge, that is also good. And of course, we have some online labs providers are available. So from there also you can enroll and get the lab practice. But depends, it's a little costly. We have to pay some amount of money. So in a free, whatever the things are available, you can learn and understand. That is main required, and do practice for that. Later you can go for some premium access, or maybe if you got a job, so company will provide you the lab access and learning resources. Okay. And also the certification cost is also provided by the company. Some of the company, if you enroll like TCS, Capgemini, if you go Deloitte, you can go, and some other cloud companies. So if you want to do expert level certificate or a specialty related certificate, so company will reimburse the certificate exam fees, but the only condition is that you have to pass the exam in first attempt. Then only they will provide you the money of the certificate cost. If you fail, so later you have to pay from your pocket only. So that is depend company to company. Not all the companies will provide, but some of the companies will provide. So like some of my friends are working in cloud services. So they do the certificate and they will pass the exam in first attempt. So the company will give the certificate voucher exam fees. Okay. So this is how the dashboard is look like. There, this is the account. You will get the dashboard like sign in, sign out, and this is the some services that I already use. Some of the machines that I run. So that is a part. Here you can get the subscription. Like we have different kind of subscriptions are available that we use in company to company, like in enterprise license. Okay. Then we have resource group. Resource group, like if you are running one virtual machine, I am running some storage, some network service. So as a combine, it is called as resource group. Okay. And then all the resources you will get here. If you click here, you will get all the name of the services, and then you can go to all service here. So you will get from A to Z all the services that is provided by Azure. So we have AI and machine learning related services. These are the part. If anybody want to work on building your own dedicated bot, you want to integrate with ChatGPT or Bard AI. Okay, if you are working on some Face API, you can use this thing. Azure API, Open API or AI is integrated now. Bot services, if you want to create your own some WhatsApp bots, some services, you can use it. Okay. And there's different techniques like language detection, computer vision related programming, cognitive services if you want to go. So this is more into the machine learning and AI related services are there. Okay, so if anybody in college they are working, they can use it. Later you can go for analytics. So this is more into the business analytics, data analytics part is there. Okay, then main infrastructure. So that is the compute service we have. Like we want to run one virtual machine, Docker services, container services. So that is comes into this area. Okay. Container is there. Kubernetes, Docker, if anybody heard about it. So that comes into this part. Database, I think SQL everybody knows if they do little bit programming in website and web development. So there we get this database related service like MariaDB, MySQL, PostgreSQL is there. Okay, MongoDB we have. That are the things are available. Okay, I got like recordings I will upload in the night after the meeting will over. So you will also get on the YouTube channel. So there also you can go and watch it later also. Okay, so that's not an issue, is there? Yeah. Now coming to the DevOps. So here we have the DevOps tools. More into the DevOps area if anybody have options are available. Then other than we have general some more services, management, marketplaces there. Okay. So these are the I will walk through later. Identity is a part of security, like how account is connected, how you can enable multi-factor authentication. Okay. Two-factor authentication, password management comes here. Azure AD security, identity protection, your verification of ID. This thing is generate here. All this thing. Integration is like some third-party cloud service if you want to integrate some private application you want to integrate. So these are the integrations are available in that part. Internet of Thing is a part of IoT. There you can connect with IoT and you will get more information in this area. Okay. So that's the one thing is there. Then if you go with management and governance, so there you will get this other services like resource compliances if you want to go, management part, rules and regulation is there. So this thing work here actually in management and governance. Okay. Then we have migration. If you want to migrate your data from Azure to AWS or Google Cloud, you can migrate, or vice versa if you want to do. Or if you want to migrate from your on premise, that is private servers, to the cloud, that also you can use these services. Mixed reality is a part of some anchor round is there, or you can be have VR services, that is virtual reality. So there we use mixed reality. Monitoring is mainly for the Azure monitoring services are available, and then you have networking services like network protocols, VPN connection, IP, VLAN connection we want to do. So this thing we do firewall, DDoS protection, web application firewall. So this is come into the network and network security. Security services we have more like threat intel, DOS protection, firewall management. Okay, so these are the tools we use. Defender for IoT security also is available. So these are the security service. Now storage. So this is the storage part, disk storage. Like we want to store 1 TB of data storage, 1 petabyte, so that you can use here as Azure part. And then we have web and mobile is also available. So that is a part of website hosting, web application or mobile application hosting. You can use it. So you can see almost all technologies that we are here learning differently, all is integrated on cloud platform. Okay, so maybe if you want to become developer, if you want to become DevOps engineer, if you want to become data science or artificial intelligence or security engineer, everything is connected with the cloud. Okay, not only in Azure, even in AWS also we have same thing, or even in Google Cloud is also available. Okay, so that is the one approach is there. Now moving further, so let's move here. So this is the some student account we will get. You can access free. Credit is also free. 12 months you will get it. And I already given the link, so you can just go through and check out for creating an account from here. So I will share this link in the chat box. Okay, so from here you can create an account. It's totally free. Only we required one debit or credit card to enable the this thing, and then you can got it. Okay, so let's move further. So now here we have all the A to Z name. From developer series, we have management and security, then all the hybrid integration of part. So the dashboard that I have walked through, same image is given here. Which are the services comes on the architecture, and these are the core services are there. Okay, so that's how this thing is actually work. Now moving further, so there you can see compute services. So compute is a part we call as infrastructure as a service, where we have virtual machines, we have a remote app, we have cloud services, then serverless computing and container service also part of infrastructure. So that is the thing, and I think this is a virtual machine definition I have written. So later you can go through with the PPT. Azure app is a part of application service where we can host application. Okay, like .NET core related or any language that build application. We can do auto scaling also as per the requirement. Okay, so this is the definitions I have added. So go through it. Let me go to practical part. So on the practical, let's create a virtual machine. How we can create and do. So if you click on the create a resource, you will get a same thing. Here we also have, or you can also type here virtual machine. You will get the option to create. After that, you can click also here all services. There you can go to compute, and also from here also you can add this thing, virtual machines from here. Okay, so there you can see this is the availability. You can click on virtual machine. So you can see I already have two machine is available that I have created, but right now it is stopped. So you need to go to click on create button, click on the Azure virtual machines for now. Okay, so it will open, and so let me know which machine you want to access, Linux or Windows. Anybody? You can type which window machine you require. Like I can showcase you one example. Window machine we can go, or with Linux machine we can go. Yeah. So let's take okay, let's go with Linux for now. So here you can create a resource group. So I will just type here like AZ-900 Bootcamp. Okay, I'm just giving one name. So it is asking already available. So I will just say live. Okay. So that is created a new resource group. After that, whatever the name you want to give. Let's suppose I want to give hacking machine. So you can just give name. Now this is a reason, like which reason you want to go. Okay, reason is particularly which data center location you want to create. So right now it is by default US East. You can create in Asia Pacific. So like East Asia, you can go to these are the different location. So right now we are going just by default with East US. Availability zone is by default. This is also default. Okay. Now here we have security type. If you want to secure your virtual machine, you can click on the confidential, or you can go with the basic one. Okay. So basic is required if you're using the free account. Okay. If you have paid account, you can go with trusted also. That is depend on the your subscription. So right now I have the paid subscription there, so I'm showing you. But let's go with the standard as a free of cost. So by default, you can see we have the default Windows Pro machine is available. That is the latest version. Okay. If you click here, see all images, so it will showcase you all the list of the operating system, which is you want to launch as per the requirement. So here you can see we have Windows Server is available, Windows 10 is there, but this is all Windows machine require license even in cloud platform also. So we cannot use crack version machines on the cloud. Okay, it's a subscription part. That's the thing. So let's suppose we are taking with the Ubuntu right now. We have different machines are available there. You can see even Kali machine is also available, but it required paid access. Like if you click on the this part, okay, so it will require like 500. No, I think it takes time. It is taking little time to load the price. Let's wait a part. Okay, so even we can launch Kali machine also that is available, but it will charge monthly some 500 or 600 rupees. If you go with this part, so if you go with 2 core CPU and 8 GB RAM, it will cost around 5,000 per month charge. Okay, and if you go with the 1 core 1 GB of storage, so it will charge like 600 rupees per month. But 1 GB RAM will not enough if you want to perform big attacks, even in Kali machine also. Okay, so that is little costly is there. But let's go with the default. We'll go with the Ubuntu. Okay, so that go with the basic one. Okay, so right now I'm using the Ubuntu machine, Ubuntu server, and architecture is 64. You can also choose RM. So 64 is a architecture of Intel chipset that we use in that part. How many size of the operating system is required? So if you click on see all sizes, so there you can see we have different size storage is available. That how much core CPU is required, how much RAM in your operating system is required, then the storage part. These are the inner parts. So mainly three things we work on. That is CPU core, RAM, and how many storage is required. Like this is a temporary storage that is enough to install and run the operating system. So here you can also get different family series. There that is okay. So let's suppose we require this thing D series. So in D series you can see you will get up to 64 GB RAM operating system also. Okay, that depends on the storage to storage and requirement of work part. Okay, so we are right now we are just going with the default B1. Okay, so let's go with the B1. This is the one we have as a default. 1 GB core, 1 GB CPU is there. Okay, now how you can access after launching this machine? It will ask that how you can access, because in Linux we will not get the graphical access. We have to configure it. So generally we got command line access. Okay, so there we are creating the SSH key. So I have just used the Azure username. You can create a new private key. So there you can just type like AZ-900 Bootcamp. Okay, that is done. You enable the firewall rule for 22 port number, and then you can just uh, review and create also from here. Or if you want to set up other settings like disk, network management, and all that, you can do it. Else, you can go directly review and create. So it will check the validation that everything we have set up is proper or not. After the checking is done, you will see that check validation pass or not. That thing it will showcase here. Okay. So if everything is good, it will just click successful, and then we can create the virtual machine. Okay. So here you can see validation is pass. That means we can just click on the create button, and it will create the cloud virtual machine. We need to download the private key so that we can connect with the SSH. So you can click download it. So it is downloading the file. There you can see it. So extension is .pam. Okay, because it's a certificate file. So it will verify the authentication from our local system. Now, so there you can see the deployment part. It will take 1 to 2 minutes, and you can see the notification here. Any kind of deployment is going on, so you can see here. Any kind of activity you can do, all the logs event will showcase here. Okay. So there you can see what are the resources it is creating. When we create a one machine, so what are the resources will create? It will create the one in network interface so that we will get the IP address. It will create one virtual network, so it is a part of cloud. Security group, that is a part of firewall rules, and public IP access, so that we can access remotely at anywhere. Okay, and then the machine is creating, so it take little time. So till here, anybody have any question? That let me know. Okay. So here you can see we got the deployment is complete. Okay, so you can click on the go to resource, and this machine is created. Now it will take 1 or 2 minutes to boot the system online. Okay. Now there you can see the connect button is available. Okay, and these are the other settings that you can do regarding the virtual machine, that all the activity files you can get it, access control, which user you want to give the access, and other settings like networking, delete it, connect. I will tell you this thing. So firstly you can see here the machine is already running. So that's why you can see we can stop, restart also. If you want to delete, we can delete the virtual machine after the work. And here you can see we got the public IP. This is the public IP of this virtual machine. And later you can see here the networking details, like what is the name of the machine, how much core GPU this is the available, this is the size you can see we get it, like 1 GB RAM, one core CPU. This is the public IP and this is the private IP that we have got. So we can just click on the connect button. On the connect, we will get three options like RDP and SSH. So RDP is used for the Windows machine if we want the graphical access, while SSH we got this thing. Okay, so what we need to do? Nothing. We just can, go to that particular download file. You can open the folder from here. So it is in download folder. You can just click here on this single space, and here you can type CMD. It will open directly the command prompt from that location. Okay, so you don't have to be locate this file path. Now after that, what you need to do? You just have to type this command ssh-i, then your private key that we have downloaded. So it's a AZ-900, correct? And then you can provide the username that we have provided. Right now I'm using Azure user, and then the public IP, that is 204281 and 117 is there, and hit enter. Okay, so it will try to connect with this public IP, and let's see. Okay, it is showing some timeout connection. Let me just check the security. Yeah, inbound is connected. Let me retry it. Okay, sometimes it will take time with the some network issue, but not a issue is there. We can connect from here. If not connected, so we have another option is also available. So I will showcase you from there also. Okay, so it is showing some connection timeout is there. Let me check any kind of VPN I am not using. Okay, so you can go back. Let me refresh it. Okay, let's go to connect. Okay, let me improve the security, enable just in time. Okay, so that is done. Again, go to connect option. Okay, so there you can get this thing. Try. Or we can open the PowerShell also if it is not work. So we can go to download mode. I think it work. Okay, so that command is not working in PowerShell because it's a Linux command. So not a issue is there. Okay. Okay, no problem is there if it is not connecting from here. So we can go to overview, and we can directly access from internet also. Okay, so you can click on this Bayesian option and use Bayesian. So what happened with Bayesian? We can access the machine from web browser also. So that's the benefit also we will get. Okay, so this other thing is there. Now let's create this Bayesian thing. Okay, that is the one option is available. The second option, apart from that, you can also connect with your cloud shell. So this is the CLI mode. Cloud shell is there. So it will open. Okay, that is also connected, and here you can see. So through command line cloud also you can get the access and connect with multiple part. Okay, so it will take 1 minute because it is creating all the resources. Okay, so here you can see we got the part. You can just clear this screen, and if you go with SSH and if you use this particular file, okay, so this way also you can connect with your local system. Or if you want to add some file, you want to upload file or something like that, you can also upload. And here we have option like you can go with bash shell or you can go with the PowerShell also. So both options are available. It is taking a little time to connect. Not a problem is there. You can go overview, then connect option. So we have two options that we can connect with SSH also, or we can go with bash in. Okay. So we have to wait a little bit because so it is updating. We have to wait. You can see the notification. Okay. So till it is working, till here, any kind of other question is there, do let me know. So we can discuss on the question part. And you can also do the practical. You just have to create a free account and then you can also use and learn cloud easily. Okay, so there you can also create free virtual machine in Windows as well as Linux part also. Okay, so any doubt till here? Any question is there? Do let me know. Yeah. Okay, no problem is there. Okay, take little time in the background. So don't worry, it will take little time to connect. Sometimes it will take time to connect, but yeah. So not a issue is there till it is working. We'll cover little more stuff. So if you go with the networking part, these are the different services are available. Virtual network, load balancer, application gateway, traffic manager, and all these things. So this is a part of networking. How data can be transferred from one resource to another resource, how public access can be gated. So there we have DNS, that is domain name system that we use to connect IP address to the website domain. That's how you can remember the website name instead of the IP address. Okay, so that is the one thing. VPN is there, which we use for virtual private network. So there we can create our own custom VPN also. Like we use public VPNs after paying or free VPN to access some website, but companies use their own dedicated VPN to connect systems which are employees are work from home, okay, or remotely. So there we use VPN also. Then we have application gateway and load balancer that we use to handle the traffic of website and mobile application. Sometimes what happens that we are using let's take example of Amazon, Flipkart, other e-commerce websites. So at the time of sale or some flash sale is coming. So in that case, the load on the website is increased suddenly or in the offer time. So that thing we can help handle through load balancer. Okay. So these are the definitions is also I have added. Virtual network. Just like a normal network part, virtual network is also connected. So we only just say virtual word because it is running on cloud platform. Okay, that's the reason. Rest all is same. So when we use Wi-Fi network, when we use mobile data to connect, that the same thing is also work on environment. But there we have all the network connections are available. Okay, so that is a part we call as virtual network. Load balancer, I already explained that it is handle the traffic of application, manage upscale, downscale as per the requirement. Suddenly some traffic comes and suddenly somebody is trying to do DDoS attack or DOS attack on a website. It will redirect the traffic to another where. That's how this is work. So it is running. Okay, that is the one part which we handle on the web application and mobile application both. Application gateway will help you to create different gateways for provide you the secure connections, multiple connection via HTTPS. So each connection have its own connectivity, socket information, and cookies details. Okay, so that is what we call as application gateway. Traffic manager is actually used to just showcase you that how website is running, how much traffic is coming, which are the location from where the website is getting reached, which user is getting more into the application on different geolocation wise. So that is part we have traffic manager is available. And then compute I already showcased you example. So that is a part. Okay, so it is showing some connection timeout. Okay, no problem is that it will take little time to create Bayesian also. So wait a minute, I will showcase you a approach. Okay, it will take little time, so not a problem is there. Let me showcase in different way. Go to virtual machine. Okay, I think I have one VM is also available, so that will also you can use it to showcase. Let me open new tab. Okay, let's try once more. If not works, so not a problem. I will showcase you in the Windows environment connectivity. Okay, so it is showing some host connectivity error. Uh, Let me check the firewall rule. It is allow or not. It is allow. Okay, just a second. Let me delete this rule. Okay, so we have updated the rule and there also we can go to edit. Hmm, let me refresh it. Okay, so some problem with the port connection. That's why we didn't able to connect. So I just updating the rule for 22 port number and then we get the connection. Okay, so we just have to delete the last one. Then click no edit. Okay. Okay, this is not deleting. Let me add a new rule. So from here we can add any destination, anything. Destination port will be and allow everything will be allowed. Okay, that's how also we can add a new rule. So this is a part of firewall on the network part. Okay, so this is for inbound rule. This is for outbound rules. Okay. Why it is showing same thing? Okay, now let's try again to connect. It is connecting or not. So if it is not connecting, then we will create a one network group, and from there I will showcase it. Okay, so that's a little troubleshooting part also we do in that case, because this is showing deny rules option is there. Okay, it is not. Okay, no problem is there. Let's go to the network interface. So this is a part of networking. Okay, so machine is already created, but it is not able to connect because we have disabled all the port part. So there, if you go to resource public IP, this is the part we have, and from here we can change to another resource group. Let me go to, okay, so we'll select all network interface. Okay, security group we will just not use. Click here and go to default and change it. So I just migrating the whole resource to another group because here some security rule is restricted. That's why we're not getting the SSH connection on local system. Okay, so we will just disable it and let's wait for a while. Okay, so it is just validating the resource and then we can able to connect. So parallelly we can just go through with little more concept. Okay, so this is the tutorial is also given how we can connect and launch a virtual machine on Azure portal. This is for Windows environment, Windows server. Okay, and then we have some question is there. So we can give the answer also for this. Like first question is how many resource groups can resource in the same time? So anybody have any idea what kind of answer it will be? No one, or one or two or three, or what happened to the resource group? Yeah, tell me. I don't search on internet, so check it. You found on internet this much one, okay. And what is the second option for this second question? When an action or setting at the resource group level it's applied. So what will be the answer? It will be current resource group or it will be another, or setting may be changed for the future resource. Yeah, it will be second. Okay, let me showcase you. This is one more we have, I think. Yeah, blob storage. So generally we go for Azure Blob for data analytics part. Okay, so this is the answers we have for 300 miles and that thing. Okay. I think the first three I don't have the answer. Okay. So here we have how many resource group can a resource at the same time? Yeah, you can create one at a time. The second question is we have resources within us. So settings, if you apply as a group, so it will be applied to all the resource group. So the answer will be third one. Okay. And the third question is which Azure storage service support big data analytics? So big data is like huge amount of data we use to analysis, filter the content, provide the handling. So that can be done through blob storage. Okay, so the answer will be Azure blob. And these two already you got it answer. That is reason pair and availability set. Okay. So till here, any question anybody have? Let me know. And parallelly we can see some validation check is failed. So one thing we can do, I will go to home, will create a new machine. Okay, don't worry about that part. There you can click on a new machine. We will use another resource group. Okay, so it is getting little. Let's go with the this resource group. We'll take test 900 as a name. Already name is available by default. Everything there we have this PAM file is already available. So that we will use and just review and create. Okay, so this is how very simple we can create it virtual machine. But other settings if you want to do as per the customization we can do it. Okay, so that thing we can use here. Yeah, I will give you break also. Not a problem is that. Just I will showcase this thing. Okay, so we'll take break. Yeah, let's create the machine and then download the file. So you can use previous private key also, or every time whenever you create a virtual machine, it will create a new PAM file. Okay, so that's not an option is there. Now it will take 1 minute. Let's see in this part, or else we need to do little bit setting on the network group to enable firewall rules to allow 22 port number. So actually in the previous machine, what happened? 22 port number and other port numbers are default denied. That's why we are not getting the connection, and whenever we try, it's showing the connection timeout. So that is a part of firewall, but let's see. So it is creating. Yeah, we'll wait. In between that, any other question we have, let me know. Anything anybody want? I will explain that thing also, how to bypass mod security in the security walkthrough. In the security bootcamp I will take, so there I will showcase you how to bypass mod security. It's have some different techniques are available. Like if you are performing SQL injection, so there is a chance of we can bypass it also. Or apart from that, we have different techniques are available. We use some patterns to bypass. So that I will also showcase. Okay, let's try this thing. I think in the networking, if you go and then let's see the firewall rules first. So why it is showing all denied? Okay, I think in every section it is showing deny option. Okay, let's try once. If it is not, so I will just change the account of my Azure. Later I will do the troubleshooting. Okay, so this is the we have. Let's go to there and let me copy this thing. SSH hyphen I and that is a file and then paste it to the C. Okay, so here you can see we got the access. It is asking yes that we have to do file and let me just type yes and then we got the okay it is showing publish deny Okay, so there is some issue with my network security rule. That's why it is giving the deny option. Okay, inbound is connect, everything is connect, VM is also running, but we don't get the access. So not a problem is there. One thing I will do, I will just switch my account to another one. Switch to my, so I'm using now the free account. Previously I was using some settings, so let's go to another account. Okay, sometimes happen, so we can resolve that thing, but it will take time. So not a problem is there. Yeah. So this is a free account we have. The previous that I'm using, it's a paid one. Okay, so it is not connected. Let me relog in it. Okay, so here we can go to create a resource and go to virtual machine. So I'm using this another account. Let's see, here we can get the access little faster. I'm just using some default one. Hello Azure, name is available. Yeah, default everything, and then review to create. Okay, so your school website is using the firewall. Yeah. Okay, great. So you can try to bypass, but depend on the which technology it is using. That's thing. Okay. You have set access to open. Yeah. Okay, no problem. That is good to go. Download it. So very easy to launch virtual machine on cloud. So just we have to check the settings properly, and it will showcase. So right now here you can see it is giving one more warning. Like SSH is open to publicly. So if you are running some critical or some sensitive information on that virtual machine, so it is recommended that only allow the private IPs, or you can use VPN to connect on a public portal. Right now we are just using for learning purpose, so that's easy to go. But in corporate or in enterprise, when we use, so we have to follow the IT standards and security rules more accurately. Okay, because if the data is breached, nobody can save that information. So we have to follow the security standard more strictly. Okay, so let's go. It is take one time. That is deploy. Meanwhile, any question queries there, so you can ask. VPN we can use, I think, lots of. For me, I think I go with the Browsec. Browsec VPN is available that I use on website. Apart from that, if you are using Brave browser, so you can use Brave browser Tor VPN also. That is come as a default. So that is available free. We don't have to pay, and that is good. But if you want to go with some torrent, that is also easy to go with some free VPN. But if you want to go with dark web or darknet websites, so I think there we required actually paid VPN access. So I recommend that you can take any Nord VPN is there, Tor VPN you can use, and any other lots of available. Just see their terms and condition, and then you can use that part also. Okay, so this is the part. Let me Go with SSH hyphen I and enter. What is the file name is? Hello Azure. Okay, so let's connect. So here you can see we got the access of Ubuntu machine. Actually, in that account, I think some firewall issue is there, so I will redo that thing. But here you can see I use the another account, and there I launched the virtual machine, and there you can see we got the access. So if you type who am I, if you know little basics of Linux, so you can use that thing also. Let me clear the screen. Can you just clear the screen, or we have shortcut key Control Alt. If you type who am I, it will give that the name is Azure user. Or if you type host name of the machine, it will that host name is that thing. And if you type if config, so I think if config is not installed, you can use IP-ADDR to check the IP address of the machine. So it will showcase you the private IP because it is running on cloud. That is a private network. While when we have connected on the local system from our, so we use the public IP. This is the public IP. Okay. So that's how we can use and understand. Now let's suppose we want to run some application or practical lab for hacking part. So we can launch application from here. Oh, okay. So let's switch to root user, and there you can see all the details on that part. So root user will always reflect as hash, while dollar will showcase as a normal user. So if you type here who am I, you will see it is a root user. So let me know that you know Linux, anybody properly or not, because we have lots of command to do practice in Linux. So you can go through with this free website also to learn little bit about Linux and networking part from here. So it will help you because not only in cybersecurity but in cloud also or any other technology, Linux is an important skill that everybody should know. So that's things are available here, like getting a start, and it's a basic part like user management, basic commands are available, so that you can use it. Okay, from now here, let's suppose I want to launch a website. So two things is required: database if you are running some dynamic website. If you are using some static website, so only Apache server is required to host a website through the virtual machine. We have app service is also available there. Without operating system also you can launch. Okay, so there let's install the, I think, let's see Apache server is available or not. So we have to command systemctl start Apache 2. I think this is not available. So we need to install first Apache server. Okay, so you can use the command apt install, and then we can install the Apache server. So Apache server is a web server that we use to host multiple website and configuration part. Apart from that, we have IIS web server in my Windows. We have Nginx server is available, and other servers are also there. Okay, so we can use here. Now you can use system ctl start Apache 2. That is done. You can see the status here that it is running or not. So you can see it is running. Now the website default page I will showcase you. So all the web application files will be available on /www/html folder. That is a directory, or you can see in that folder you will see. So this is the code is written index.html. That is the HTML file is given here. Okay. So that thing is available, and let's go. So in the Azure, we need to enable the 80 port number so that we can access the part. Let's suppose if you go to here, and if I use this public IP, open in the new tab, so it will showcase. Okay, it is asking some login ID. Okay, wait a minute. I will just copy this IP and open here. So now you can see it will not open because we don't enable the firewall to allow 80 port number actually. Okay, so there you can see we cannot able to open on 80. Even if I type here 80, it will not open. A reason is very simplified because we didn't have allow firewall rule to open 80 port number. In the machine it is already running, but we cannot access it. So for that we have to go to networking part, and in there we have to enable one rule, that is 80 port number in the inbound. So there you can click on this part, add inbound rule, and there you can just click on the destination will be 80 and add it, allow everywhere. Okay, so after adding this thing, now if you reload it, okay, let me just copy this IP on 80 port number. Okay, but it is taking time. Yeah, it is running. That's not a issues there. 80 port number we have allowed. Okay, just a second. We will enable. Yeah. So there you can see this default page will come on that part. So if you know little bit about coding, you can also edit the page. You can replace this page also. So let's suppose if I want to go there, you can say this is a page we have available. So we can just copy that also. Like we can go view page source. This is a full doc type is available. I will just copy this thing, go to this particular part, and there we will use nano editor. Okay, nano. So before nano, we will take a backup of that previous file. So you can just copy that index dot file and the slash root slash hello dot html. So you can just take a backup before changes. Okay, HTML is there. Now you can go to remove index dot html and then nano index dot html, and here you can just simple control shift V to paste the content. Okay, so after pasting, you can see all the content is pasted. Now control S and exit. Okay, and then we can just restart the Apache service. So here you have to use restart, and then you can go. So now if you reload the website, the page content will be different because I just copy the full front end part of this thing. Okay. Of course, this will not give you the color and combination because I just copy the HTML content. This is only the HTML content. I didn't enable the CSS. I didn't enable the JavaScript. That's why you can just see it's a normal text content issue. So that's how you can also modify and host a website on Azure. Okay, so that's the one example is given. Only the rules we have to add here. This is the firewall rules, inbound and outbound. Just like in Windows also we have to enable and disable. Okay, so till here all good. Any question anybody have, let me know. Okay. And any other question like VPN I have given. What security we'll discuss in security session. Okay. I think all is good for how. Yeah. So we'll over the today's session, and next week we will connect with the AWS a little go through. Okay. So yeah, depth networking and hacking. Okay, that will also I will take in the next to next week. One week we will take AWS, then next week we'll go with computer networking, and then we go with the one a small session, or I will upload one small tutorial for Linux environment, and then we'll take the hacking session also. Okay, so be connected on Instagram for the new update, and I will upload this tutorial also on the YouTube later in the evening. Apart from that, on each Sunday we will take one session of each topic. Okay, so Sunday I think everybody is free. So same timing. Next week we will take one more topic of AWS cloud, then networking, then hacking will do one by one. Okay. Apart from that, any other question? So let me know. I think all is good, all clear. So I will share the PPT in the group so you all can go through it. Any kind of question or query come, so I'm available. Just ping me. We'll resolve it. Okay, so we'll close the today's session. Thanks for the time, and yeah, doubt you can discuss or discuss in the WhatsApp group also. So other people also know that what are the things we have covered. So they will also join in next time because it's totally free. That's why. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You want to talk? Let me give the access for. Yeah. Now you can discuss any kind of question or query is there. Yeah. Any query? I have given the access. So any question queries there, you can also ask. Unmute yourself. I can ask. Now you can see. You can unmute yourself or no. Look of your setup. Look for what kind of setup actually. I didn't get it. My question is best. No, I didn't get what actually you are asking. Yeah, questions are good because you have curiosity. So it's just a starting to learn. The more question comes, the more you're gonna learn. So show the whole setup of my. Okay, I will showcase you, but later on. Yeah, I will showcase later in the part. I don't have any setup. It's a small room, so you can go through later on. Okay. Yeah. Any question is there? So you can ask. I have given the access. You can unmute yourself. Okay. Which keyboard and which mouse I am using? So I have Jabronics keyboard is there. Then one trackpad is there. Mouse I'm using. I have two mouse. One is from Logitech 503, and Wings one we have. I have. Then yeah, one PC is there. That's the thing. Yeah. Pricing part, if you want, I will later tell you. Webcam I'm using. So yeah, that's all. Okay. So we'll close this session. For further queries and question, I am connected on WhatsApp. So be connected, or on Instagram you can follow to ask question. There also I will reply. Okay, guys. Yeah. So thanks again. Once. Okay, guys. So see you next week. Till enjoy, do practice, and keep learning. Bye bye.